Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of JSP and Servlets. We will cover the following topic. We will first find out what is a web application, then we will learn about JSP and Servlets. And finally, I will show you different types of apps and you can create with JSP and Servlets. So what we are going to do in this course is we are going to build web applications. So you may wonder, oh, what is a web application? We will have to use this before. If you have gone to any e-commerce sites like Amazon or any travel sites, you have used a web app. And it's basically a site that builds HTML pages on the site based on your user action. So I would like to show you an example of this using one of the travel sites. So here is Expedia.com. I use this site a lot for travel. I travel a lot from Adelaide to Hong Kong. So here I will enter where I fly from. And then where I'm flying to. And then I will enter the days from here for my travel. And then the key here is that once I hit the search, it's actually go to generate HTML pages for me based on my request. Alright, so this page that you see here is not a hardcode page. It's actually generated on the flight based on my input. Adelaide going to Hong Kong. Alright. So you may wonder what happened behind the scene. Well, behind the scene in the web browser, you select search flights. Then it's going to web server. What the web server would do is it will actually submit a request to the database using SQL. And then once it has result, then it will take the information and then send back an HTML pages on the flight. And that's the ideas of a web application. And this is actually very generic. You can build web apps using any type of technology such as JSP and Servlet or .NET technology or PHP technology and so on. But that's the basic idea. And what I will do in this course is I will show you a very high level on how to get started with JSP for building pages. So that's the next question here. What are JSP and Servlets? Well, JSP and Servlets, they are basically Java's code that's run on the web server. So they can read user input normally from a HTML form. And they can perform the work, maybe talking to a database, talking to a web service, or whatever. And finally, I will return a HTML pages that is generated dynamically on the front. So kind of putting it together with this big picture, our servlet and JSP could actually run on the web server. So they could read information for flight information, send information, or show with the database, get the result, and then send back an HTML pages. So that's kind of the air of where Servlet and JSP can fit in your web application architecture. Alright, so here another frequently asked question. Well, what type of apps can we create? Well, I always like to say that you can create apps for any industry. So you can build e-commerce app, you could build maybe a student or employee tracking application. If you are building like a hotel or restaurant or reservation app or a social media apps like Twitter or Facebook, really any type of app, there are really low limit on the app that you can create. JSP and Servlets are the key components of the Java Enterprise Edition. They are the most popular piece of technology, and I always like to say they are the bread and butter because a lot of popular MVC framework actually use JSP and Serverless. So for example, Spring, JSF, and Strut, they all use JSP and Serverless at the low level. Now, when you are using this technology, you may not see it directly at the high level, but behind the skin, Spring, JSF, and Strut, they all make use of JSP and serverless. So they are the key component of the Java Enterprise Edition. So by you understand JSP, this will help you when you move forward if you use some of those frameworks later on in your character. Alright, so let's go ahead and one of this video. So we define what are web application. We saw a demo of web app. We also discussed JSP and servlet, and then finally we discussed the variety type of app you can create with this technology. If you like my video, and please give a like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.